So, since we are going to be a bit of a shitter today... Oh, hold on. Has the dev made any other games before? Hold on. Let me check, actually. I mean, I already have the thing open, so let me see if I can find it. View, visit store page. GC Bronze seems to have only worked on Tomboy Adventure 1 before, and they're currently working on Tomboy Adventure 2. So this seems to be just their main project right now. I don't see anything else that they've done before. So, bit of a shitter. I've kind of like not touched on this yet. But I'm told that this is really funny. So, why the fuck not, right? I don't know who Rogue Killer is, but I'm told that the guy is funny. So, let's try this out. Obviously, it's going to be about the whole DEME situation, so we'll see how this goes. Let's turn this up, make sure it's all the way up.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to subscribe.
Grab your gamer subs today and use code ROGUE at checkout to save 10% on your order.
You gotta earn your subscription. Just because you tell me to subscribe doesn't mean you're gonna get the subscription. You gotta earn the subscription, man. Let's see what you got. I got the Always... I've actually never seen a full episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm not gonna lie. But the meme music is just like really obvious.
Hey, just a reminder, I'm extremely uncomfortable with NSFW art of me.
No, you were not. In fact, you retweeted NSFW art all the time. The only reason that you think you're uncomfortable with NSFW art is because you falsely equate it to pornography, and there's more than pornography that's not safe for work. And you can tell this because if you wouldn't open it up in front of your employer at work, it's probably not safe for work. But anyway.
Hypocrisy is at its finest.
Based.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, I mean, two stars on each of the the latches, let's say, right, and then 1 star on the cooch. We can see where the attention is being drawn, right? Wonder if DEME even knows what ecchi is. That's a good question. She does kind of seem like a tourist to me.
But why did you make your VTuber look like that? Just because I like sexy or hot things doesn't mean I want to see porn of it.
I mean, to be fair, this is a distinction you can make, right? Like just because you like ecchi doesn't necessarily mean you want to watch hentai, right? That is a thing that does actually happen, right? But at the same time, you didn't say the porn part, you said the not safe for work part, right? And then you treated everyone as if they were insane by pointing out that it's not what you said.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, again, it's like... Yeah, it just goes on and on and on and on.
It's just a VTuber. Who do you think of when you see
Thank you for the sub, Kedok.
it?
Good evening, honorable chatters. Kirsha Palafre. Fair enough.
Do jumping jacks real quick.
Okay, I didn't realize we were getting into this, but, okay. What? I love how this became a meme. Hold on. I love how these fucking gem posts and these gem spotting memes became an actual thing. I actually do find these really funny.
But what the hell, boy?
There's also other like stuff like posing.
Yeah, she's definitely a thirst trap streamer. Hey, Kedok. I mean, to be fair, let's be totally fucking honest. Like, if we're talking about the avatar, right? If the personality wasn't fucking as deranged as DEME was, right? If the personality wasn't deranged, if it was a woman with a good like character and personality, and she had this shape, I don't think most men would say no, right? Unless they're already in a committed relationship. I don't imagine most men would say no. it's because she's fucking crazy, right? Just, I mean, to be fair, some people like crazy, women, which is why she has a decent following, because, you know, bipolar, my God, man, personality disorder. Now, I am more of the, enjoyer of the small frame. I'm a enjoyer of the short stack, right? But I see the vision. I understand the natural impulse, and it's not that hard to fucking understand, right? I mean, just look at again, the whole thing that, men are usually attracted to is an interplay between youth and secondary sexual characteristics, which, when you put them together, usually indicate fertility in a female form, right? Look at these secondary sexual characteristics right here. Good fucking God, right? Why would you do this? Okay, first of all, got any specific short stacks for reference? Ooh. I am partial to goblin girls. I'm just gonna say that. But, hold on. I mean, technically, I guess Uzaki is on the taller end of a short stack, right? La Brava from fucking My Hero Academia is a good example of a short stack, right? Let's see, who else is a good example of a short stack? Always the Goblin Girls. I mean, I have a type. They're either Goblin Girls or they are Rat Girls. It's just, I don't know what it is. Something about it makes the neurons go brr, right? Anyway.
Get yourself a sexualized model with massive jiggly tits and a fat ass, with the entire point being attracting an audience of lonely, sex-deprived men. Get angry when set audience draws NSFW art of your obviously sexualized model.
Well, Smogalana even pointed this out with like her own model. It's like, yeah, obviously there's giant bouncing biddies, right? And the reason why there's giant bouncing biddies is it gets people's attention, right? And like, second of all, it also just is aesthetically pleasing, right? Again, it's it's a fertility signifier. It's just pleasant to look at, right? No one is actually unaware of this. Everyone knows this. And the thing is like with the hip turn that we saw earlier, where she pretended to be freaked out, right? When you're actually commissioning a model, you ask for the things that they put in there, right? So yes, she very well knew the state that would happen if she did that, and she did it on purpose. Let's not pretend otherwise, right?
This would hold more water if you weren't consistently retweeting softcore porn of your model.
I would say that some of it is just non-safe for work, etchy stuff, but she did but I would agree that some of the stuff that she actually reposts of herself is basically softcore pornography.
Demi, it's a rule of the internet. You exist, therefore there is...
Hello, Captain Rudy. We're watching a lolcow make a fool of themselves.
I exist. There is...
True, and... yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and... yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's not going to say and real. He's just going to say that's pretty true.
True. That's...
must be true, right?
True. That's pretty true.
Oh, God, what does this say? Okay, Rule 34, if it exists, there is porn of it. No exceptions. Rule 35, if there is no porn of it, porn will be made of it. Yeah. Must be true. Damn it.
Just feel like there's so many other content creators who'd love to have artists draw them in that way. And it's a wasted effort towards me, too.
Ma'am, you prove yourself incorrect because you fucking retweet this. You retweet stuff like this. So that's obviously you're giving it attention and you enjoy it if you're going to retweet it without, condemning it, which you do quite often.
But I'd like to make this clear. I'm completely okay with sexy stuff. Because I love sexy hot women.
And, Demi also gave the point of, hey, because someone was saying, it's oh, yeah, it's not me. Someone was making the point, oh, it's not you, it's your model. And then she made the observation, well, who do you think of when... you see this model, and then that same person actually made the very, very obvious point of, I'm thinking of the model, I'm thinking of the character, I'm not thinking of the person behind the model. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, right? outmaneuvered her on the track that she was trying to set. But using DEME's own logic, right? You think of if we are thinking about her when we think about the model, hypothetically speaking, right? Then it seems like that's the exact kind of attention she's drawing, because she's again doing the thing that grabs that kind of attention. I'm just saying, right? It's like you can, for example, have a sexy avatar that's also completely covered head to toe in, like, let's say, Victorian dress, right? You could do that. There's probably a market for that, right? But we did just also literally see her almost certainly intentionally flash the camera. So it's like, no one's getting fucking, like, actually, like, fooled by this. Everyone sees what's going on. Captain Rudy says, Deme Nishi these nuts.
I just don't like.
Okay.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women. And
Sex with men. That's a fucking classic. Holy shit. Shit slinging. Yeah. Yeah, she got mogged in this. Hey, yo, hold the fuck on. What was that picture? You know what? I can't blame the man. The man knows what he likes, and he likes what he likes. Holy crap. He's just wearing he is wearing his dreams on his wall. God bless you, man. I hope one day you have your dreams realized.
This level of virtue signaling has stun-locked me. Look at the repost.
Wait, oh my god. Aren't you the guy whose fiancé literally cheated on you and your whole friend group sided with her?
Yeah, that was a pretty cunt move to make. We all know this. That was a really fucking cunt move to make. Blessed be the thigh squish. Absolutely cannot. Blessed be the thigh squish, right? Captain Rudy says, booty, 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 rocking everywhere. I hate that song with a passion, but, I'll give you this. Appropriate response, Crimson Rain.
So you avoid answering why you retweet NSFW of your avatar, despite being upset about it in your post. Then you cheer on cheating. Interesting.
Yeah, Chibi wasn't actually being rude to Demi. He was actually just pointing out that there is a distinction between her stated preference and her revealed preference, right? Her stated preference being what she says she prefers, and then her revealed preference being what she actually proves she prefers based on the way she conducts herself, right? With the decisions she actually makes. It's not that hard. And it could have been done completely without any kind of shit slinging. Right? Shit slinging was not necessary here. He was just calling out a contradiction in your behavior and your words.
My bad for not wanting to see my model getting pounded. If people want to keep drawing it, then it's their choice, but I'm just not going to support it.
There is a way around this, right? You do realize that, like, many VTubers who have, like, a lot of art of them, they have two separate art tags, right? One for safe for work art, one for not safe for work art. That way you can actually look for safe for work art and filter out the not safe for work art. Right? This is not that hard. Like, the tools are already there for you to use, Miss Demenishki, right? Let's see. Crimson says, also you forgot to change stream category, boss. Son of a bitch. To be fair, we are... Oh, wait, you're talking about on Twitch. Yeah, give me one moment. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Okay. If I could spell outside without looking like a dyslexic, that would help. Okay. Stream category change. Thank you for letting me know. Hello, Kura. We're watching Demi make a fool of herself.
Does that make sense to you now?
So you could have answered first like this, but used personal attacks and cheered cheating. Not a good look.
Yeah, I'm gonna this is the thing. You judge a man by his enemies, right? By the people who hate him. And consistently, I find that I end up having to side with Chibi Reviews. Even if I didn't like the guy personally, I'd still have to, it seems, side with Chibi Reviews, because oftentimes he's on the fucking right part of the conversation. But yeah, nah, he has a point. There was no reason for her to jump from, like, 0 to attempted social murder in this conversation, right? It was not fucking necessary. So that did reflect very poorly on her character. Let's be totally above board here, right? And he wasn't wrong to point out the contradiction between, again, stated and revealed preference here.
That's why your shoe's raggedy.
That's why your mama dead.
I ask why she's...
What the fuck is that from? What? You know what? Hold on. That's almost actually an exact, like, that's almost an exact translation of that situation. Holy shit, actually. That's, that, okay, that was fire.
Not a good look.
That's why your shoe's raggedy.
That's why your mama dead.
That that comparison is not wrong. Again, it was an example of, like, yes, may have been a little bit impolite and abrasive versus, you know what, I'm going to hit you at the deepest core hurt in your soul, right? Oh my god. That was, I agree with it. That's actually an apt description in meme form.
I ask why she's retweeting NSFW art of herself, despite being upset people make NSFW art of her.
Again, the revealed preference versus the stated preference.
Avoids answering my question by personally attacking me and cheering on cheating to deflect.
I mean, yeah, the number of art pieces about DEME just dodging accountability, personal accountability, were so fucking funny, right? The funniest one, I think, was the one with, like, DEME that was in the hospital because she, like, apparently, like, almost died because she tried to take even a modicum, she had a modicum of accountability that came for her, right? It's like, okay, that's funny because she is dodging this like the plague. All of this could have been avoided if she just came out, like, right after this and said, look, I was an absolute bitch. I shouldn't have responded this way, and I'm sorry. Could have taken one tweet and the entire thing would have been over. But to be fair, DEME does actually like to poke the nest, and actually she does kind of seem to enjoy actually causing problems, so it's not entirely unexpected.
Since we shit-slinging, is it true you got back with your abusive ex?
Oh, after he stabbed her in the thigh, no less.
Yeah, again, that's why they say don't throw stones in glass houses, right? If your whole fucking life is on Twitter and then you're gonna actually, like, start shit slinging on Twitter, don't be surprised when someone digs up something that you put on Twitter that's potentially compromising and then slings it at you too, right? You gotta remember, a stone at a distance was used to kill Goliath, right? Let's see. Captain Rudy says DEME admitted that what she said about his ex, her ex cheating on him, was in bad taste, but she claimed she had no knowledge that his ex cheating almost resulted in him drinking himself to death. Okay, she says this. I don't believe this for a second for one particular reason. Everyone who was making fun of Chibi for this was bringing this up, right? So it was very common knowledge that drinking himself with the cheating was followed by drinking and almost death, right? You have to remember that the people we're dealing with make memes about Chibi, make memes about digging up his brother's grave, because you got to remember, Chibi's brother killed himself. That's where the idea of just killing himself came after, the whole cheating incident came from. There's people who are still making memes and consistently have been making memes and tagging him and stuff about digging up his brother's grave and making his brother into a cuck chair through his bones. So, these people are not good actors for the most part. I'm not saying DEME did this, because DEME didn't actually do any of that. She's actually not part of that particular group. I am saying that, again, it would have been really hard to know about the cheating thing and not know about the attempted suicide thing. There were people gloating about that. There are people who actually want to see Chibi die. I'm not one of them, but it's hard to disentangle the two. A lot of the people who hate Chibi, they were jeering for him to die.
He what? I was too busy in Japan to see what happened in Twitter.
That's cope. That is absolute cope. If this was actually true, you would have just made a regular tweet.
What I meant by NSFW, since a lot of people are confused, I'm okay with lewd. Never have not been okay with it.
And Wait. Shit, did I hit the wrong button? I hit the wrong button. Okay.
I'm okay with.
And this is the problem.
Never have not been okay with it.
Okay, so now that I'm not hitting the wrong button on accident, this is the thing that I totally agree with Misa Tamari on this, right? As you can tell, who's never actually worked a real job in their life by what they consider to be safe for work versus not safe for work, right? As Mizu quite rightly pointed out, you know, there are some people who genuinely, unironically think that not safe for work means that vagina is like actually fucking is exposed, right? And anything short of that is SFW. That's the degree of unemployment that we are dealing with here. If you're self-employed, that's one thing, right? That's fine. But if you actually had to work a job, there would be things that you would presumably, if you don't want to get sent to HR or fired, you don't necessarily want to be caught looking at while at work, right? Or you probably shouldn't be looking at that while at work because you're supposed to be on the clock, right? So no, NSFW and pornography are not actually the same thing, and this is where a lot of DEME's problem is coming from, right? Is she is trying to force these two words to mean the same thing. They do not mean the same thing, and she's refusing to actually interact with the reality around her. Let's see, Captain Rudy says, that reminds me, at one point in England, if I recall correctly, during the Victorian era, there was a law on the books making suicide illegal, and that the punishment for attempting suicide was execution by hanging. Well, I mean, to be fair, the law has never been a bastion of rationality, right?
I just don't like seeing people fuck.
Are you sure about that?
I'm gonna read this because this is fucking funny. Crimson 14 says, Crimson Rain 14 says, the real NSFW is a walkway without handrails. You know what? Fair, right? Let's see. I mean, yeah, that's a bit of an OSHA violation. You are right that it's not safe for work. Holy crap. So here's the note, right? As seen in VOD, she is okay with two people going at it. That is a real video. What? Claim made about people getting riled up about someone disliking porn is manipulation. People got mad at DEME for initial tweet being hypocritical about NSFW art making her uncomfortable while she reposts smut herself. Yeah. All lewd is NSFW, but not all NSFW is lewd. That is also true, right? You know what else is not necessarily safe for work? Looking up to, videos of people dying on LiveLeak isn't necessarily, fucking safe for work either. That too is not safe for work, but that's not sexually charged. Or at least I hope to God it's not. And, you are right about that. Must be true. Let's see.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, I forgot this fucking game. At some point, I may or may not deign to play Dispatch. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like a lot of the modern superhero stories. I've always been more of an old school, very much mythic superhero like kind of person. I don't really care much for the sociologized like superhero stories, but I might play this game at some point. From what little I have seen of it from other VTubers playing, it doesn't look like it's that bad, but I could be fucking wrong. Hold on. Crimson Rain 14 says, I'd say looking up employment offers is not safe for work. You don't want boss to see you're thinking of leaving. That's another good point, right? Number Paradox and Lusty Links are most definitely not safe for work, which is ironic considering I listen to them while on my delivery route. I mean, that's entirely fair.
I'm not gonna lie, that made me fucking flustered, dude. That was insane. That was fucking insanity.
To add to this, I talked to my community about what people are saying. I was
Oh god, we're going on increased speed now.
confused with some people calling me a hypocrite. I do advocate mental health for women and men. I, however, do not care about Chidi. I made the mistake of saying the first thing that came out of my head when seeing his username. I should have been the better person and said nothing. I've learned to hold my tongue in most things, but I legit got surprised seeing the username and the association with it.
So, again, you don't actually believe in this principle. It is something that you leverage when it's advantageous. Because if you believed it as in like a principle, you wouldn't care that it was chibi reviews. You might not like the guy, but you would still hold him to the, hold the principle. But because you don't believe in the principle is just a means of which to make yourself look better, right? It is literally just a virtue signal. Hold on, actually, since it's not going through the rest of it, I might as well just read the rest of it. So she says, for those who think I'm backpedaling, no, I'm sorry for slipping up and not thinking before talking, but I am not sorry for what I said, to be honest, especially that it was towards him. Again, she knows that this was out of pocket, she knows that it was wrong, but she still doesn't care. Okay? He's a piece of shit and everything about him is disgusting to me. You don't have to like the guy, but still that wasn't, that was beyond the pale. Not because he got cheated on, but because he's a weirdo in general. So being a weirdo means that you lose all respect. I'm just saying, right? She can backpedal into... God damn it. Rudy, you have a thing for this kind of lady, don't you? Oh my god. Let's see. For the original post, I didn't make the post for people to delete art of me. I just did it as... by the way, she says this because the artist who did the original Not Safe for Work piece that like Chibi called her out for was kind of shocked that Chibi Reviews brought it up, roped him into the conversation. Which, I mean, he didn't, she did, but that's besides the point, right? And, he sided with her. Even though technically the condemnation also cuts against him. So, make of that what you will. Let's see. For the original post, I didn't make the post for people to... Oh, I already said this. Okay. It annoyed me that people have the time to scroll on my page, but not take the time to literally read the OG post and the reply not an hour after specifying exactly what I meant. To be fair, there's also differences in signal boosting, right? I'm just saying this is a issue with X. So yeah, it annoyed me when all the blue badges came crawling in. Let's see. My bad to my community for getting into drama again. I know I'm not losing anything valuable when it's this type of crowd. Pancakes and waffles. Also, I'm not stupid. I know me saying my stance on the porn thing isn't going to stop people from doing it. The post was made for people who cared about my stance. Okay. I mean, this is just kind of talking to the air at this point, to be perfectly honest. Let's see. You know what? Time to check green sites. Fair enough, Crimson Rain. Fair enough. She will probably have the VTuber debuff. I'm just saying. You play R34 and you realize the VTubers have a debuff. Crazy women are the most fun, says Captain Rudy. I would have to disagree. I'd have to disagree. I know people who were killed by, crazy, quote-unquote, fun ladies. I'd rather not be a statistic. Crimson Rain says 756 entries on R34 for DEME.EXE. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, if you're going to talk about the gooner thing, right? Did you not see those thighs and those hips? Did you not see the floofiness of the tail? And the size of those halonga galoogs, right? I'm just saying, very much exaggerated secondary sexual characteristics, right? A certain part of the internet is going to just be drawn to that.
Gathering sympathy for your own abuse, but then turning around and making fun of someone else's abuse? You are a hypocrite, Demi.
Fucking Parrot 4chan being in this thread was not on my bingo card, but it would make sense. It would be so funny if Parrot 4chan is currently working on a Demi fucking video. You imagine an hour of 4chan just talking shit about for and against Demi would actually be funny. The schizophrenia would be off the charts, right? Oh my god. I don't really care that Israel funded the Green Site and was spying on all the conversations on the Green Site. The Green Site is funny sometimes, right? You just got to know that again, your shit's not private on the Green Site.
So then that makes it okay to mock someone for being cheated on and attempting suicide? Nah, fam, you're just a cunt.
So you're a massive bitch who mocks people for traumatic events that made them suicidal.
Yeah, honestly, if we're talking about chibi here, I don't sincerely care.
We're gonna have to go back because again, she didn't read the whole thing. So, Squidorabble. Oh my god, that's difficult to say. Continued. Got it. Good to know. If you actually didn't bother to do any introspection, you're a sad person and speaks to your true nature. Demi said, obviously, I don't sincerely care. I was genuinely surprised he was the guy. By the way, just completely avoiding the entire thing that Squid said, right? None of that has, that last part has nothing to do with anything Squid said. That's a complete fucking red herring and absolutely a distraction from the point Squid is making, right? But to be fair, Demi did address that particular complaint, which is, doesn't mean anything. Don't care, right? It's absolutely not a concern of mine. And, yeah, again, because she never really believed in the principle. She just uses it because she knows that it actually gets her, benefits by saying she believes in it. Kevin Reddy says, I never said there wasn't any risk. I mean, yeah, you didn't say that there weren't any risks. Yeah, to be fair, you didn't say that. Let's see. Crimson Rain 14. Why would anyone talk on green site other than making memes or being horny? You would be surprised. There's a lot of people who are just actually just kind of retarded.
Be here? I don't sincerely care.
Instead of apologizing and making peace, she doubles down in the latest post and blocks me.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of her
I think
style.
this says a lot about them. Says sorry, not sorry. I just hate Chibi because he's a weirdo and will cheer on cheating because of it.
Yep.
Box replies, treats me.
Again, it's not about the principle. It's about how she can leverage social power out of that interaction to become the one on top.
Worse than the boyfriend that stabbed her in the leg that she's still with.
Yeah, and the fucking response that Demi had for that is actually really kind of pathetic. I hope they bring it up because for the majority of people reading that, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you on about?" Right? Captain Rudy says Demi is more allergic to accountability than my mother is allergic to cats, and I often joke that you shouldn't say the C word cat around my mom because she might start breaking out in hives. That's fair.
Someone knows they are getting pushback.
Well, this aged like milk.
Happy Men's Day to my fellow men. Oy vey, right? Let's see. I'm not gonna lie, it's all about mental health until you actually see someone struggling and suddenly everyone bats an eye. I will never regret getting hurt by trying to save someone from a literal suicide attempt. If you make fun of it, you're an absolute waste of air. Honestly, you're hurting me more, but I guess it doesn't matter to people. It's like, we still talk about... What the fuck are you on about, you schizophrenic bitch? Right? Do the exact same thing, right? It's like, again, the hell are you on about? If you know how bad it is that someone tried to kill themselves, and then you make fun of people trying to kill themselves, well, obviously you don't really take the issue seriously. The issue of suicide isn't actually that big of a deal to you, right? Again, don't pay attention to what they say, pay attention to what the fuck they actually do, right?
Apologies for what?
Cries out
You
about
being a
people
man
making
babe.
NSFW
Hold it,
art.
man. Zero
You call her shit out after she reposted NSFW art.
Yeah, it was kind of a shit
I feel like
fest.
that should have been obvious to them. If we say NSFW, a lot of the times it is about people getting fucked or nudity.
I mean, a large part of it is. Let's not pretend as if a large part of not safe for work isn't porn, right? A large part of it is, but we are pointing out that not safe for work is more than porn, right? There are certain anime that are not necessarily porn that you're not gonna fucking put on the TV of your, if there's a TV or that you can watch. Break. You're not gonna necessarily watch it on the fucking workroom TV, or if you have a fucking phone, you're not necessarily gonna watch the Food Wars on your phone at max volume at work, right? It's what the fuck are we doing here, right? No one has to be fucking in order for it to be not safe for work. It just has to be obviously inappropriate for work.
Yeah, but they just want to farm Twitter engagement because they're poor as fuck and have nothing else to earn on.
The irony here is palatable. The irony here is palatable. I'm actually curious if, like, Demi has the... I mean, she's got a blue check mark, so it's very likely that she gets paid for Twitter engagement. And if that is the case, then, I mean, it gives another reason for her to farm these, rage palpable. I said palatable, and I'm going to say palatable. I mean as in putting it on pallets. Properly and orderly stacked. That way, when I try to jump over them, I end up clipping the top of the stack with my foot and then, smashing my face into the concrete. But anyway, neither here nor there. Let's see. Yeah, but they want to just, let's see. Nothing else to earn on the OG post was obvious as fuck. I mean, if you know that they're rage baiting, then why the fuck would you bite the bait? Addressing the trauma. Yeah, but they just want to farm Twitter engagements. Oh, wait, yeah. Never mind. We just read this right.
Didn't you get b***ed on stream?
So the comment, by the way, you're 3.5 feet tall, you might clear 3 pallets, right? Fair enough. But to be fair, the comment is archived. And I did go through the comment because I found the archive version of the comment, and then I did watch the stream where, like, all that was happening, and some of it is explicable. It's like, okay, you know what, maybe in this particular situation she's grabbing a water bottle. That's entirely possible, but I could see the other side, right? Or it's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, I heard the plap. It's like you heard one plap, and it's literally just fucking her hand going down and smacking her thigh, right? Then there's other parts where it's like, I mean, you could probably finagle an innocent description of what's going on. I don't know that I would believe you, to be perfectly honest. Some of this shit is just like, are you actually fucking kidding me right now? Do you think I'm actually retarded? What the fuck is wrong with you, you degenerate gooner? As a degen myself, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Big talk from someone who got railed on stream.
Of course. This? Of course! Yes! Yarrow says that was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon.
Look, I'm just saying, the rocking back and forth could very well just be a tick. I haven't seen it in other videos that I've seen of Demi before. But it could just be a tick that I just haven't noticed before, right? Wonder how many VTubers do genuinely take the risk on stream plap. Well, I mean, if you're doing 3D body tracking like this, where all of your movements get tracked, it's going to be much easier to get caught, right? But at least in theory, if you're doing live VTubing or like PNG tubing, I guess it's theoretically possible to avoid getting caught in theory. But like, I kind of don't want to know the answer to this question, to be perfectly honest, right? Because I have a sneaking suspicion the answer is actually higher than I would personally like it to be.
Won't be asked. Wow, I cannot fucking read, dude. Dude, I was like actually like grade 1 level of like reading, dude. I hope you're pulling my my. This is so good.
You don't understand. She's just going through temporary dyslexia. That's what's going on, right? She's just suddenly like just having a difficult time understanding the written word just because she's got temporary dyslexia. I mean, obviously I'm taking the piss out of this, but it's like, you see what I'm saying, right?
This clip makes it...
I don't know that we're going to see any of the egregious clips. Mama Oko did a stream where she watched the Outer Wilds fucking video. And, yeah, there were times when Mama Oko was like, I feel really uncomfortable watching this. And I had the same response when I did the watching the Outer. I didn't do that on stream for a very obvious reason, but when I was watching the Outer Wilds thing, I was like, okay, yeah, that's making me really fucking uncomfortable. That doesn't seem like an innocent thing. But, yeah. Let's see. Crimson Rain says, at least she tries to read it correctly. She does. She does, but let's be fair, her mind seems to be, preoccupied, potentially, you know, somewhere else. Now, I'm hoping that we're reading too much into it, and then it turns out she's actually not thinking with the, you know, with her mind focused on her other head, but it's entirely possible. I'm not saying it is or it isn't going on. I'm just saying I could see where people would draw the conclusion.
Far more obvious, what the fuck.
Yeah, right here, hold on. This is actually the example. First of all, the sound, like the voice. Okay, yeah. Very fucking alarming for a stream. But, right here.
More obvious.
Look at her hand. Right there. She brings her hand up, and her hand goes down. And then you hear the flap. Very easily could just be her taking her hand up for a moment, you know, maybe reaching for something, and then hand goes down, you got the flap sound. This is one of those things where it's like, okay, this is not actually definitive. You could actually explain this a different way, and, you know, that part could just be innocent. The voice is the part that sends alarm bells off in my brain, where it's like, okay, something funky is going on here.
I can pause it with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our nature, so I suggest we do. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it structurally would stand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, the probe must travel as fast as it can and as far as it can.
Why is she struggling to read this in this way? I'm just saying. I can't prove anything, but there's something in the back of my brain that's saying I understand where the leap is in logic is coming from. It doesn't seem to me to be that big of a leap. Are there other explanations? Yeah, sure. I'd be more than willing to hear what the alternative explanations are, though. Crimson Rain says, extremely suspicious lack of focus and fluctuating voice patterns. Yeah, she seems to be enjoying herself a little bit too much for a video game, right? I'm just saying. I feel like I need headphones for this Jeebus. Yeah. Again, there are scenes that are worse than the ones that Twitter put out, if I remember correctly, in the stream. Which is why, again, Mama Oko was like, I feel very uncomfortable listening to this. And I was like, yeah, I'm not listening to this on stream. Fuck. So maybe a clip compilation of someone making fun of the whole situation, but I'm not going to sit through and, like, whine to all the timestamps in the Outer Wilds video and listening to it. It's like, why the fuck would I do that? I was like, that'd be fucking ridiculous. So, but I can tell you, this is not nearly the worst example in that particular VOD.
I see.
Oh, hell nah. She grabbing his shit on stream. Nah. She gotta go.
I don't know what the fuck. Rock Solid is just being fucking absolutely peak in this situation. I don't know what it is. Just the way that sentence is structured is just fucking sending me.
Boom.
Again, is there an alternative explanation to that scene? Probably. Hold on.
Oh.
Boom.
Like, maybe she grabbed the water bottle. Let's be fair. That is entirely possible. Although, to be fair, if she squeezed the water bottle, I would expect it to, you know, make a crumpling sound. I mean, if I grab this cup right here, it's not even a bottle. You can hear it. Pretty sure you can hear that. Crumple a water bottle, pretty sure you'd hear that too, even if it was full. Could be a thermos, right, as Crimson Rain said. It could also just be like a stress ball, right? If you squeeze that, it might not make a sound. But I could also, again, see where the other side is coming from, and I'm like, okay. Especially in the context of the rest of the fucking video. And then there's also the issue of, like, oh yeah, she seems to realize that got caught on the video, and then, like, she starts laughing, and I'm like, Well, I mean, to be fair, maybe I should have used the plural and not the singular when I said stress ball, right? Not that is something you would want to squeeze. I just say, unless I guess, you know, in certain circumstances, maybe, but you know, in general, I wouldn't advise, you know, the squeezing that kind of stress ball.
What you have all been waiting for. The DEME.EXE.
Oh no, he's got all of it. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah. So, this crazy fucker just went through the whole thing. Okay, I'm just gonna read this because this is just like fucking like wildly absurd. Let me move my model that way you can actually see it. The DEME.EXE. So what do we got here? Okay, so 45 minutes and 20 seconds. At least you gotta wait for almost a full hour before you get potentially audience cuckery, right? And that people have been saying that like Demi's cucking our audience, and I'm like, you know what? At this point, that actually might not be entirely false, right? This might be one of those, you know, the audience is sitting in the cuck chair situations. But anyway. Let's see. Oh my God! Start of round one, and then you got like again what round two? Like what the round two starts at 1 hour and 35 minutes and 6 seconds. Then you got round three, screaming yes. Start of round three, 2 hours 56 minutes 52 seconds, and then you have moan really Aegean Demi please round four start. At 3 minutes 16 seconds and 3 hours 16 minutes 17 seconds. So yeah, and then there's all this material in between. I'm not gonna read that because I just realized what some of these are, and I'm like, that would make me really uncomfortable.
The DEME.EXE.
Demi, can you not get...
Fucking never mind, she deleted the comment. Oh yeah, she deleted the comment. But the internet never forgets. The internet archived that shit.
Cracked on stream.
Orbital probe cannon won't be asked. Wow, I cannot. Private left to visit her friends. She fears the idea makes her responsible.
Again, is there an innocent explanation for this? I mean, possibly. Maybe it's just a tick that she does, but I'm gonna be honest, like, when I'm bored, I usually, like, sway side to side. I don't usually sway back and forward. And especially, you know, not repetitively. But that's just me. Everyone does something different with the way that they move when they're bored, I guess, right? But, again, I can see how someone might, especially if there's some cognitive interference and communicative interference, I could see how someone would come to the conclusion.
Oh my God!
Said so didn't the friends have accounted for our nature, so I suggest we do.
You're not helping the case, Demi.
Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it structurally would stand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe.
Sorry, I cannot.
Oh my God. Yeah, again, I think we can all understand, even if we disagree, I think everyone can understand why people thought she got cracked on stream. I'm not going to weigh in on whether or not I think it's a reasonable thing or not, because I don't really care. I just find the situation just entirely funny, because it's fucking retarded.
The probe must travel as fast as it...
Oh my God. So, at Q5G, so it says, at Harry VPN 1462. Yeah, and seconds before that, you can hear her tone is very different from the usual. Hottest thing I've seen on YouTube. Fucking, what is this Gooner shit, right? Not only is this person like, yeah, she's probably getting cracked on stream, but I'm enjoying watching her get cracked on stream. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This guy is oh my God. Let's see, as the Crimson says, has she ever streamed a game with a lot of reading before? I actually don't know, but y'all seen me stumble over my words streaming. I don't sound anything like that, right? Let's see. Captain Rudy says, when Pistachio said to crack nuts, that's not what they meant. Okay, that's fair enough.
And as far as a cat.
She muted herself, yep.
This clip makes it far more obvious that she was having sex on stream.
Yes, the pro must travel as fast as it can.
This is so weird. I don't want to watch this.
As Nicole was like, no, I'm good. As Nicole's like, nope, we're aborting this. I've seen enough. This is, you know what? I don't really need to know if she's getting. I don't really need to know if, you know, she's making a cuck out of the entire audience. Oh my god! Yeah, based Asmongold. He was like, you know what? This drama isn't for me. This is not the kind of thing I wish to dwell upon. Right? He was like, my boundaries have been violated. I shall take my leave. Right?
That's so like, who does that? Who does this? I thought it would be funny, and then I'm listening to it, and it's like, this is weird.
Oh my god!
It was like immediately it's just, you know what? It sounded like it'd be funny in the abstract, and then it wasn't at all.
If I was crazy enough to f*** on stream, I'd at least have an OnlyFans to bait engagement.
Oh my god, does she have a Fansly? Okay, never mind. Just, again, pointing out the hypocrisy thing. Dude, you could hear it. Oh, no. Yeah, I know exactly what scene they're talking about. Oh, fucking no. Yeah, again, it's like, I can definitely see why people think this.
Dude, you can hear you fucking blast your juices in this clip.
Ugh. I'm just saying, chat, she just enjoys the game. She does it for the love of the game. That's how much she loves the game. Oh my god. Yeah. Again, is it proof? No, but you can't exactly blame people for thinking that something really fucking uncouth is going on. Just. She enjoys getting played while playing. I mean, if you enjoy getting played while playing, right? You know, if he got the magic hands and, you know, like, he get the music, you know, just right. I don't really care if you're playing a single-player game and, you know, you're not on stream. But, as Kinnock just said, mount circumstance of circumstantial evidence, right? Does it prove it? No. But it not making your case fucking well here. Oh my god. Like, look, man, if she's doing this in her own personal time, and it's just her and her partner, you know, her boyfriend or fiance, whatever the fuck she has right now, and again, they're just playing a game and they do this, and it's not a multiplayer thing, I don't care. Really don't. But, you know, there's people literally watching as this is happening. If what people are saying is going on, it's fucking insane. They should not be tolerated. Just saying. Let's see. Mount Everest wishes it was that tall. Yeah, again, I can't blame anyone for coming to the conclusion that something devious is afoot. I reluctantly came to that conclusion myself, too, but if someone else wants to say that there's an innocent explanation, honestly, I am all ears, and even if I don't disagree with you, as long as you're being honest, it's like, fair, I guess, right?
Stop forcing your cuck fantasies on others.
It's not a fantasy if it's true. You just like being a manipulative bitch. You're at bare minimum cucking your boyfriend on his VOD.
Oh, I know about this one too. Oh my god. Yeah, Chad, it does get worse.
Okay, guys, I get too nervous. I get too nervous, and I always miss the last.
Ah, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, hold on. I think yeah, hold on. It's probably blasting at a good volume because I'm just not hearing it because I turned down my headphones. That way I don't, you know, blow out my fucking eardrums. Because the last thing I want to do is have the last thing I hear be this fucking thing, right? But.
And on his VOD.
Okay, guys, I get too nervous. I get too nervous, and I always miss the last.
a lot of these streamers have, especially like if they're doing reporting like this. I don't, because I'm a broke son of a bitch, right? But a lot of them have some kind of soundproofing. Think about like Markiplier, right? And like Jacksepticeye, they have some kind of soundproofing to protect the audio, to make sure that they have more control over the audio that they're recording, right? So make of that what you will, right?
Guys, Demi screaming in the other room, it threw me off, man.
I'm like.
I hope that that's not what was actually going on, because that hurts me in my soul to think that someone else would have, would willingly do this. I'm just saying.
Feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. Feeling traumatic thoughts.
This whole Demi got railed on stream is a litmus test for how chronically online people are.
That's pretty true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true. Hold on. I want to read this tweet. So he's retweeting Manager Jojo. So there's a new claim about this DEME person that not only is she getting piped on stream, but you can actually hear her getting railed during her boyfriend stream, cucking him live, if you will. This is a lie that I have also been able to completely debunk. So, again, if it is a lie, that's one thing. But again, at least from the evidence that we've seen and that I've been able to see based on the streams, I don't necessarily think it's a lie, but if you don't want to, it is like, but if you don't want to believe that and you want to come up with some kind of like innocent explanation for it, again, I'm all ears, right? If you can actually explain this way innocently, I'm totally willing to actually listen to you, but you got to actually make your case.
Got railed on stream is a litmus test for how chronically online people are.
That's pretty true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Where are the home stretch, people?
Hell no, man. What the?
Oh, we didn't even read this. Okay, thank God you're going to read this, because I really didn't want to have to read this.
I was ready to genuinely take this to the ground.
No, you weren't.
Because of the idea that, why should I ever feel bad being rude to someone who's a piece of shit?
Because just because they're a piece of shit doesn't give you the opportunity, the right to actually treat them as if they're subhuman, just saying.
After some reflection, the thought occurred to me. Do I really want to go as low as him, though?
So, yeah, again, a dig at Shibby for, for some fucking reason, right? For some God only knows reason, right? What the fuck? My stream on YouTube is on private. Why is that the case? Okay, now it's public. That's fucking... Okay, yeah, that's fucking... I hate YouTube sometimes. I hate YouTube sometimes. I made the last stream private, the VOD, and it privated the actual stream. Okay, fair fucking enough.
And the answer was no. I said what I said because I personally think there is no scenario that a friend group chooses the side of a fiancé that cheats.
Yeah, if the people turn out to be horrendous human beings, that's entirely possible.
I can't even fathom friends siding with a cheater. However, would I have...
That's a lie. I guarantee you can fathom it. You just don't want to.
Brought it up if I knew he was suicidal because of it? No. I admitted it in the...
No, I don't really think that that's what was going on, Chicken Tender. I just think I forgot to make it public again. Because when you, I do think that's the thing I've noticed. Every time I have to set like a stream to private after like the VOD, you have to put it back on public. I don't know why that is.
Previous tweets. So why didn't I apologize? Because he's this and that and blah. But I thought about it, and that kind of ideology is quite harmful. I knew it was...
Not everything's an ideology. You just had a disposition. I don't think you thought enough about this to come up with a cohesion ideology about this. I'm not gonna lie.
Wrong, and I admitted that twice, but I didn't apologize. So after reflection, I am sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up a memory that made someone suicidal. It was a low blow, even if I didn't know, regardless of whether he was intentionally being a piece of shit. I don't...
Yeah, you may have intentionally been a piece of shit, but I went a little bit too far. It's like, okay, fair enough. First of all, he wasn't being a piece of shit. He was literally just calling out a contradiction between your words and your actions. And if that's being a piece of shit, and there may be some unfortunate implications of that particular, standing.
I don't want to stoop to his level. I'd rather be better and learn from my mistakes.
After days.
Yeah, again, unironically, the fucking ukulele apology was actually better than that. Holy shit.
Days of doubling down, Demi has finally decided to apologize to me at the end of her latest tweet. Before she did that, however, she made sure to call me a piece of shit, along with a few other things, despite saying she won't stoop low. Progress, I guess. Demi went on to posting this on her official Discord, saying the apology was never intended for me. However, prior to the Discord messages, she privately DM'd me on Twitter apologizing. So this means a private apology to me in DM wasn't sincere at all, which is why I am showing it.
This is 4K! How did they get you at 4K?
Nice.
That was funny. Holy shit.
Non-apology.
Logan Paul's apology was better.
Dude, I'm watching the stream while you try not to laugh, bro.
Okay, oh my god, there's more of these EXEs. I didn't know what this was going into it, to be perfectly honest. I just saw this, someone said that I should probably react to this, and I mean, it was funny. Definitely give this guy a sub if it turns out that you're not sub to him already. He definitely earned a sub from me, but let us see this. Lead by example, right? Hello, Guada36K. Thank you for the follow. Captain Rudy says, fun fact, contrary to popular consensus, Mount Everest is not the tallest mountain. It's the highest, reaching the highest elevation of any mountain at 29,000 feet, but rises up above a plateau that's already 16,000 feet high in elevation. So it's only 13,000 feet tall. The actual tallest mountain in the world is Hawaii's Big Island. From the base at the bottom of the ocean to the peak of the tallest volcano in the world is over 30,000 feet. Mount Olympus Mons, that's what I'm thinking of, is bigger than that as well. Sometimes. Sometimes I do reactions, sometimes I do gaming. Let's see. So that's DEME.EXE. So I'll see y'all in the next video.